Hey, welcome to this episode of Chad's Beer Reviews. Only 5 days till Christmas when I'm filming this. So this is an actual Belgian Christmas beer from Browerij, or is it Browerij De Ranke, Père Noël, exceptional Xmas beer, unpasteurized, unfiltered, 7% ABV, product of Belgium. Doesn't really say much about it. Pour it into the schmancy, fancy tulip glass, and it's kind of like an amber color. Yeah, I would say, yeah, it is amber. Maybe a little bit brown. Gets a pretty big kind of beige, soapy, foamy head on there. I'm not sure if this is bottle conditioned or not, so I poured the whole thing in there. It looks like it is. Yeah, I see some cake on the bottom of the bottle there. There you go. Let's give it a smell. Well, there's a few things going on with this beer. First of all, when I was pouring it, I could smell that it was quite skunky, which is weird because this is a pretty brown bottle. I mean, I guess you call it light brown. It's not even like that olive green. It's, but it also could just be the hops. Although I would say it has like a lovely floral smell to it. They changed the label. Like now it's a picture of Santa Claus hugging a hop. It used to be a picture of Santa Claus hugging the glass of beer. And they actually, I can bring up the brewer's website. Hang on a second here. Père Noël is a bitter Christmas beer with the addition of licorice. Tastes bitter, slightly spicy taste with a very long finish. So the hops, Brewers Gold, Hallertau, 50 IBU as well. It's actually pretty hoppy. I guess that's why there's a picture of Santa Claus on there. They don't mention the malts though. So anyway, yeah, so it has like that kind of spicy continental hop aroma, but also I would say it's quite floral. It has like almost like a fruity essence to it as well. I mean, it's Belgian beer, so probably Belgian yeast esters. I don't know if I would call it banana though. It actually kind of strikes me as like more like red apple, not green apple, red apple. I don't know if they mean licorice the same way we mean licorice, like actual licorice candy, or just star anise spice, or something else, or like maybe by licorice they just mean like Belgian candy syrup. I don't know. Let's give this one a try. Cheers. Slightly kind of like spoiled kind of flavor. I was looking at my review on Untappd from 2016, 7 years ago. It was an old bottle. I said, I bet you that when this is fresh, it's really good. I mean, as far as I know, this is a fresh bottle. I got it at Total Wine. It looks like it says expires 06/07/2028 because it says July 23. I guess it was probably bottled in July. That's the thing about beer is like they're always like 6 months out from the actual time. When I got my receipt from Total Wine here, it was only $3.79. So maybe you get what you pay for. There's something wrong with the yeast there. To me, it seems like some kind of yeast, almost like a butyric acid or something. Almost like baby sick. It's really not good. I've had this kind of sensation like in homebrews, which is one of the reasons I don't homebrew anymore. Yes, this has a kind of like perfumey kind of taste to it. I wouldn't really call it spicy. It doesn't really taste like a lot of other Belgian type beers. This one to me, it's almost kind of like a lager kind of flavor to it, but like imagine like some kind of like macro lager, but like fermented with like Belgian yeast. But again, no banana or clove. It's just kind of a floral kind of thing. Although I will say, it's leaving some nice lacing on the glass. Yeah, there's a yeasty presence here. It's actually, I feel like I want to re-review this beer already and not pour the yeast in next time. They don't give you a warning on here about, don't pour the yeast in. Although it does say it is unpasteurized. So like unpasteurized beer is like more susceptible to spoilage and probably like handling kind of flaws like that. For 7% ABV, it drinks like a much lighter beer. I would probably call this like probably like a medium, maybe even medium light mouthfeel, and probably moderate high, maybe just straight up high carbonation. I don't get any alcohol warmth or anything like that, so that's good. but I think it's just there's some kind of funky yeast thing in there, or maybe it's just which if it is bottle conditioned and I am drinking the yeast, like it shouldn't be like that much of a difference because like it kind of smelled kind of skunky, tastes a little pukey, and like now that it's like warming up and I'm getting to the bottom where they're actually like I think all the yeast is gone. I'm drinking the actual beer, but I only have like a few ounces. I am getting a little bit of like caramel kind of malt flavor, which is nice. But yeah, I get that yeast. I don't know how to describe it. Like almost like a tang, but again, it might be like butyric acid. It just seems some kind of off flavor. Yeah, so I'm really not a fan of this. It's funny 'cause I didn't like it 7 years ago, and I don't like it now either. So for the Père Noël, this is disappointing. Great label, one of the best bottle caps of all time, I will say. If the beer was as good as this bottle cap, it would be awesome. So the score for the Père Noël, unfortunately, I'm not a fan. I think this is pretty low. This is like 2.5. Definitely, unfortunately, one of the worst beers I've had. Or I should say, like, most disappointing beers. I don't really drink like bad beer as much anymore. So it's not that I have bad beer these days. I just have like disappointing beer. So yeah, not a fan. Like I think like 2.5, maybe even lower. Like kind of like a 4 out of 10, maybe 3 out of 10. Kind of like C minus kind of range, something like that. So as always, check me out on Untappd. Check me out on Instagram because I do tweak the review sometimes between now and when I post it on there. All right, so I'm rambling. Merry Christmas, everybody. If you watch all the way in, you're awesome. I will see you guys tomorrow. Cheers.
Somebody brewed it. Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's beer review.
Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.